too much. Food coma. Must push through. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. Arr. Hello, hello, hello. Greeting. Salutation. And yeah, it's that time of year again. Happy Christmas! Right, that's that out of the way. Yes, it's time of year when families get together and argue. Sam, you gorgeous beast, you, how you doing? And Deb's me dearie. Hope all is well with thou. Yes, so uniquely, due to the way that the dates have landed this week, Christmas is done and dusted. Yay! Hello, Jeff. How you doing, my friend? Merry Christmas to you too, Nathan. A green Christmas. Bit windy and wet, but I wouldn't say it was green. Mind you, if I blow my nose, that probably would be. Sam just got back from the dog park, so he's going to give me a good tea bagging. Susie Q, how are you? Hello, my darling. That's better. So yes, as I see Mary on Sundays, so we did our gift exchanging and eating far too much today. I still have plenty left to eat. Yes, lots of stuffing balls, pigs in blankets, mini sausage rolls, mini cheese and onion rolls, savoury eggs, pork pies, quiche. That's not including all the crisps, chips, chockies and sweets and everything else. Yeah, I really didn't need to go shopping this week. Green and warm, probably the warmest Christmas over. Yeah, Florida. Yeah, it's kind of green and damp. Well, mostly dark. As UK this time of year, we're just past the shortest day, so it's sunrise is about 7:30 a.m. and sunset is about 4 p.m. So yeah, we don't have a huge amount of light. Tampa Tom is not cutting grass. He's on the way to the Buccaneers game versus the Jaguars. Sorry, the Jaguars. I'm gonna guess either American football or baseball, one or the other. One where they both catch the ball, but they wear gloves to protect their handies. Yeah, because catching a ball hurts. Apparently, you guys should all try. You should try cricket. That ball really hurts. Anyone else having buffering? Possibly. It might be me. It might not. Might just be that YouTube's busy with it being Christmas Eve. And now all the notifications start coming through. So, yeah. Once again, Mary has spoiled me, as always. Although I think I may have just about been able to equally spoil her this year. So yay for me. I did just have one message pop up about YouTube. It might be as busy. Or YouTube is experiencing problems or something like that. But yeah, so And Merry Christmas, J Rock. I guarantee you're doing stuff today. If you're anything like most men, it's Christmas gift shopping. Oh crap! I forgot I've got to go and get Christmas presents. Yeah. Well, after I've done working out, go to the dispensary. Can I get everyone anything? Oh, I'll take an 8th. Driving 2 hours to Denver to spend the day with the grandparents. Ironically, it'd probably take at least 2 hours to get to my grandparents as well. And that's what, 70, 80 miles? And that's in a car, not on my push bike. Not that I'd want to go and see my grandmother. Thankfully, the rest of them are all dead now. House bird, just house. I don't need anything powerful. Linkbot hath arrived. Yeah, I can't taste the difference, and given that I've not had any for years, just a small sprinkling and a single skin rollie would probably knock me out. Today and tomorrow, all about the kids. Lots of smiles and laughter. Exactly. This time of year is all about the kids, if you have them. If not, you can then do what the hell you want to do. Not beholden to any silly traditions or things like, oh, but if we don't have cranberry sauce, Christmas will be ruined. Yes, no cranberry sauce. Can't view 6, max view is 10, light count 0. Oh, well, yeah, that's just the way it is. Well, in fact, there's been 10 here. That'll surprise me. I'll be back down to 4 again now. So, yeah, yeah, I'm not one for everything has to be the right way. All the silly decorations up and leave them up for months. Oh, it's Christmas. No, it's not Christmas. It's the middle of November. Put the tree down. Turn off the lights. It's 12 days of Christmas. That's where that whole comes from. The 12 days of Christmas, my true love gave to me, HIV, yeah, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, because the 12 days, that's how long the decorations are meant to be up for. Any more than 12 days is bad luck. So if you've had your decorations up for 12 days, get them down quick. Yeah. Although I did do the one traditional thing this year, and that I did do the ghost story. Yeah, Christmas can be fun. You don't have to do all the same stuff that everyone expects. It's a day. Do what you want to do. If you've not got family to please or kids going nuts, just chill. Have a good day. it's not some massively stressful thing that has to be perfect. Stop having bloody turkey. It's vile. Do far better with a bit of roast beef or a gammon steak with a nice fried egg on the top of it with a good runny yolk. Oh yeah. I think I've still got bits of Yeah, I have. Still got bits of stuffing stuck in my teeth. Can't stay, so you'll have a good holiday yourself, Joe Rock, and try and stay sane. I know with families and children, it can get a bit mental. As long as you get to fall asleep on the sofa after dinner, that's the main thing. But yeah, so I did do the one tradition in that, and it's an old tradition, a pre-Christian one. So yeah, that's why I allowed it. It's the telling of ghost stories for Christmas Eve. So I uploaded that yesterday, just a short one and nothing scary. Um, Actually took me longer to find one that was family suitable. I take it easy. My presents are usually jokes. This year, people gifted each other stuff and they don't know it. Hairy Crossness Undertaker. Fingers crossed for a good year next year. Um, yeah, given the way the country's going, it probably ain't going to be great. But I think we're due an election soon, so get rid of the Tories for a bit. Come on, lighter. Yeah, let's get rid of the nasty right wingers and get the socialists back in for a bit, sort stuff out, and everyone's going to wonder where all the stuff came from. It's going to be hilarious. There you go. It's probably only going to take a couple, and you're going to be wetting yourself laughing, and it'll give the game away. Let's be honest. Got a crow in my home. It's fun. Yes, crows are awesome. I love a crow. A Corvus corax. Not to be mistaken with the Primarch of the Raven Guard, but yes, corvids are awesome birds. Very smart and very personable once they're tame. We've got plenty of crows and jackdaws around here. All totally wild. They won't come anywhere near you, but I always say hello to them. A few magpies as well. And don't confuse crows with ravens. When you see a raven, you'll know. Um, I see that one quite regularly. There's a raven. You go, no, that's just a common crow. That's a crow, not a raven. This year, going to snatch snuff from the grand's house and gift it back to them next year, including the TV remote. I hope. That's always a good one. I did that one year. I got in a lot of trouble. I didn't even leave it a year. It was like overnight. Name is Loki, the master of mess. Oh yeah, guarantee mess. Yes, but it's not mess. It's like all animals. They're not making a mess. They're just putting stuff where it should be. It's just us stupid humans don't understand these things. Welcome, Matt. Lotion dispenser. Merry Christmas, Kenny. How you doing? Hope all is well with you. And the same to Danny as well. Ooh, Jeff's got some new fishies. Oh, 2 different pairs of killies, 3 species of wild betters. Awesome. Well, on the fishy front, I do have some bad news. The Bolivian rams are gone. Um, I think it's literally that there is just so much calcium in my water that they just can't deal with it. No ram seems to be able to, and Bolivians were meant to be the hardy ones. And yeah, so unfortunately, they're all ex-Bolivian rams. Um, well, I presume so. I only found one body, but the amount of snails in that tank, it don't take them long to clear a body of a fish. Um, and I did find out something else as well this week. I think I figured out where the Nanakara eggs have been going. It's not the parents eating them. It's not the clown plecos eating them. It's ram's horn snails. Ram's horns. I caught them. Literally, I sat there and watched ram's horn snails eating the eggs. So yeah, I hopefully managed to save some of them. They hatched. They're in a breeder box in their tank in some moss. So we shall see if we get any baby Nanakaras. But now we're on a snail purge of that tank. J-Rock's out. Enjoy your day tomorrow. Yeah, New Year's Eve I'll be going live as well. Yeah, guessing that's a Sunday as well because it's a week. I'll be off work. I think I'm off work on the Monday as well. Might be. We shall see. Yeah, because I've got weird hours that week. Jeff went to get some Nanakara and they were sold out. They do seem to be very popular whenever anyone gets them in. Wherever they get them in, they disappear very rapidly. Yeah, have a good one, J-Rock. Same to your family. There's Sam's guide to get rid of the annoying heart from the YouTube chat. Yeah, they do go very quick. Mind you, so do Shelley's. But we have quite a lot of babies in there again. A couple of generations of baby Shelleys in there now. So we should say soon, in maybe 6 months, have some we can sell. I still can't figure out why is it when I set up a shrimp tank for shrimp, it kind of does meh. But when I accidentally have a few shrimp end up in a fish tank with some cichlids, the shrimp go nuts. They breed like crazy, they get large. Huh? Aren't cichlids meant to eat shrimp? Nanakara, they should be eating them, but they're thriving and they're not eating them that I can see. So, I don't know. The same when I had the butterfly cichlids. The shrimp in that tank went nuts as well. So, I don't know. Perhaps there's some kind of symbiosis goes on. It's all very confusing. And for someone who's consumed as much as I have today, it's way too much for me to think about. But all I can do is stay awake. I've eaten too much when I'm actually just feeling too hot as well. Because my body is just trying to digest way too much food. But it's not that cold out, but it's blowing an absolute hoolie, so I ain't opening a door or a window or anything. Plus the cost of heating. And I've had the best part of a week off, which I've spent most of it indoors, so yeah. Yeah, it's been a good week. As I say, apart from the Bolivian rams being no more. But that does mean Mr. Pisto can come out of there and go back into his original tank, along with the yo-yo loaches and Fred. And then that will be free, so we can turn it off. Or de-snail it and turn off the heater and see. You know, save a few pennies anyway. What you're going to do, I might actually, that's an idea. I might see if we can play with that one and get the pH, etc., to the same as the Nanakara tank. Yeah, the yo-yos will cure the ramshorn issue. Just I can't put the yo-yos in the tank that the Nanakara are in, because the yo-yos will also eat all the shrimp. That's a guarantee. So we're having to go manual removal in there. Joy. There is a couple of assassin snails in there, but they don't appear to be doing much. Yeah, so de-snail Mr. Pisto's tank, that one there. Oh, pardon me. And try and get the pH and other parameters similar to the Nanakara tank and get some mold going so that the next time they lay eggs, I can then just pick the flower pot up and drop it straight in there. Assassins might, but I was literally stood there watching the ramshorns go nom. Missy Cara was sat there looking all panicky. She tried to like nudge him off and peck him off, but she couldn't. Neither of the Nanakaras are strong enough to remove them. That's the problem. Scotty Aquati, how you doing, Scotty? Merry Christmas to you too. I mean, the trumpet snails aren't an issue because they can just pick them up by the end of the shell and hike them off. But yeah, so next time they lay, the eggs will be, hopefully that will be then at the same pH and hardness and stuffs, with Daphnia and stuffs also living in there. I can then just shift the flower pot that they like to lay their eggs on into that tank, and there won't be anything in there then that'll eat them. So that's the theory anyway. Whether it works, we shall wait and see. Oh dear. Kenny and Danny not too well. Hopefully that's not the Rona. Mind you, if you lost your sense of taste, then at least turkey might be a bit better. And cranberry sauce and fruit cake. And yeah, most other things like that. Mince pies. I mean, even without a sense of taste or smell, mince pies would be foul. Ugh. Prayers to Andrew and family. Oh, so I did wonder why you'd not gone live yesterday, Jeff. You got me on message, haven't you? So just let me know so I don't put my foot in it and say anything wrong. I'm one of those people who, it's not me being nosy. It's not, oh, I need to know everything. It's just, I have a history of putting my foot in it by saying the absolute wrong thing, purely because I've not been told. You know. But yeah, if you'd be so kind as to fire me a message somewhere, Jeff, and I'll be able to make sure I don't say the wrong thing or upset the apple cart or anything like that, because it's the last thing I really want to do. I mean, let's be honest, anyone who knows me knows if I want to upset the apple cart and stir a few pots, I will. It'll be obvious. But yeah, I learnt this the hard way when, unbeknownst to me, a woman I worked with many, 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 many years ago, so probably 20 something years ago, um, had a miscarriage. Now, nobody told me, nobody warned me, nobody said a thing. I didn't know that she'd even been pregnant because, let's be honest, she was a large girl, so it didn't show. Yeah, and well, maybe not accidentally, but I told a dead baby joke. Yeah, that went down like a lead balloon. I ended up getting hauled into the office about being so hurtful and disrespectful and blah, blah, blah. I didn't know. Nobody told me. Do you think I'd do that on purpose? So either Mary's got home or Jeff just sent me a message. Yeah, so I like to kind of, it's not because I'm being nosy and digging and want to know, it's, you know, just so I don't screw up. Evening, Ricky. Wishing you and your loved ones a joyful Christmas filled with warmth, laughter, and cherished moments. May the holiday season bring you all the happiness and togetherness. Clubbing just dropped. Say happy Christmas. Have a good one, Ricky. Get absolutely bladdered, my friend. Although, going by that first post, I say you're most of the way there already. I'll say it's, yeah. We all know what my sense of humour is like, so I'll joke about anything, and unfortunately, that can get me into trouble if I don't know the situation. Married, my love, my darling, Merry Christmas. How are you? Are you coping still? Or do you want to murder people yet? Do you want to unalive people? Let's use the correct YouTube speech. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, no. Done. Christmas just finished here. Yes. Oh, same here as well. Mary and I celebrated today, as it were, with presents and eating far too much. I've got some very nice and very useful presents. I've got a new jacket, which is lightweight, breathable, waterproof one. A pair of waterproof, breathable trousers. A mini umbrella. There's kind of a theme going on there, isn't there? What else we've got? Triple insulated water bottle. A Billy can. Chockies, Haribo, more chockies, kilo of algae wafers, cheesy footballs, air pressure monitors, chain breaker, and a floor pump. Yes, I know a floor pump does sound a bit perverse, but it's for pumping up bike size. And an Amazon voucher as well, which, kind of amusingly, all the stuff I was thinking about getting myself from Amazon, I don't have to anymore. Never mind. Sure, I'll find something. Yep. Not the bag, but another bag of them. They come in there full, it's about there. Literally full. of algae wafers, and yeah, it lasts me 2 or 3 months. So that should see me through till maybe April or May. It's just the other fish foods I need to get now. Made 3 different dinners tonight. Oh dear. You're awkward people, not all wanting to eat the same thing. Mary and I just had snacks and nibbles, and far too many of them in my case. So 3, that's you, Chris. And I'm guessing you had other visitors as well. I haven't even made 3 different dinners this week. There's been a couple of days I haven't even had a dinner. A couple of days I just had sausage and chips from the chippy. Fumble, I'm guessing that's an American catch and cuddle. Fumble by Detroit Vikings. Oh, yes. Fat fingers. State team. Boo. Detroit, Michigan. You're not old, but I get the tired part. If you need to doze off is, that is a tradition. Fall asleep after Christmas dinner. Fall asleep on the couch and fart a lot. Don't we all? It'll happen at some point, my dear. I actually had a semi-decent night last night. I only woke up because I was having a dream. And it's the kind of dream you don't want to wake up from either. But, it was about a certain pair of Dutch singing sisters. We'll leave it at that one. As far as I know, everyone's doing okay. And I have put my Christmas cards up, so it is Christmas. They may well come down tomorrow, but we shall see. Actually, they probably will, because I've got to do all my water changes tomorrow. Everyone else in the UK will be doing Christmassy stuff. Sharpe will be doing water changes. Mind you, I'd rather do water changes than visit family. That will be such a joyous time, I'm sure. Nabo, how you doing? Yes. Please hit the dingus. 11 people and 6 likes. Go on, smash that like button. Just for the sheer hell of it. Just to upset the algae rhythm. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Yes, all good here, Nabo. Hope the same for you. What is that emoji? Some kind of weird green laughing face emoji. Dinner started from tomorrow. Slow cook it all night. All done here. Hulk making some Now I read that wrong. Some Camitas or Camitas tacos. I read that as camel toe, I got to admit. Camel toe taco. Bring a whole new meaning to Taco Bell, doesn't it? Hey, that's where my mind goes. I see a long word that starts with CAM, and it's got a T in there as well. Mine goes to camel toe. Okay, your mind probably went there as well. Camel toe, in the wind and rain and snow. I might actually watch Frozen if it was like that. I'm too tired to even think. Sometimes it's a good thing. You're so tired you can't think. Yeah, mistletoe. Yeah, it does. I did look for my mistletoe this year, but I couldn't find it. I got a. It's a fake one, but it's on a belt buckle. So it is a belt buckle with mistletoe on it. You know, kissing under the mistletoe. Um, yeah. Holiday themed, the story behind the Christmas tree, the whole decoration. It was before electricity. It started way back in pre-Christian era, and it wasn't actually a Christmas tree. It was a bough from a holly tree with red berries on it. It was to bring something into the home that was green and alive, and it also kept away bad spirits because prickled their bum if they sat on it. But yeah, it was candles, 4 candles. Um, I know how it came into the UK was Prince Albert. It came over, was it from Denmark or Germany? Sent us the first one. Um, one of those. So all the Christmas traditions can basically be traced back to way before Christianity ever darkened the world's door. Sam's been doing his squatty squats. You need to stretch the old hammies out then. Not cool when the house burns down. Nah, that's what happens when the children are naughty and you give them coal. They use it. Yeah, I'm assuming we've all seen that meme. The meme with the little girl and the house that's burnt down, and it's like they go, they gave me coal, I used it. 250 plus squats. That's more squats than I do in a year. Um, biggest gathering I've had from years past for Christmas. Here too. Maybe a dozen, but that's about 8 or 9 more people than I like to be around. I'm really not a people person. And then I used to get in trouble for disappearing off into my bedroom to play with my toys or read my new books or whatever. Like, here, we've got you these new things. No, you're not allowed to use them. You must sit here and play really boring games with old people. So I've never been one for gatherings or parties. No, just not me. Um, and let's be honest, if someone like set up a surprise birthday party for me, they would get a surprise because I would turn up and I'd go, "Oh, bye," and just turn around and leave because I ain't doing that. I would rather just chill out and have a nap. Jeff, I'm not tired. Sick and tired, perhaps. So I'm just not a people person. Not sleepy, just adjusted. Just comfy. Just rest in your eyes. That's when you know you're getting old, when people claim that you're asleep and you go, "No, just rest in my eyes." You were snoring. So there's like a solid 20%, 20 to 40% of fish hobbyists are named Jeff, me included. Well, good to know. Yeah, it's that's the weird thing is John is a fairly common name, but yeah, it's not that many people around. Can't really think of many other fish families who are Johns. Um, I had a house full a few days ago, all the kids and a few more. Chris crash, Chris crashed, and so did I. What a mum I am. Well, they're old enough to have fun on their own. I knew you were there in spirit, if not in body. You know what? Sod it. I need a nap. Yeah. Dick can all. Oh, ah, itchy nose. It all get a bit too much, really. After a few hours, I kicked him out. Exactly. That's another thing I don't like with parties and gatherings. They just go on far too long. Say hello, have a bit of a catch up. If you're having a meal, have your meal, whatever to eat, then make your excuses and leave. That's doesn't need to go on all night, especially once you hit 40. Let's be honest, all us older farts out here. Would you rather be up till 1 or 2 in the morning? No, yeah, we're partying, or would you rather go to bed at a sensible time? And I'm gonna, yeah, we'd rather go to bed at a sensible time and not feel like hell the next day, as I'm sure I would. And Marriott is apparently too old for a whole nighter. I'm assuming you meant an all nighter or a hole with a W at the front of it, but I'm going to take it that way because it's more fun to think about. Um, Shooting some shrimp with the backbone pattern. I've had all sorts of weird and wonderful patterns and colours. Um, yeah, I think I have. I mean, I've had the stripe and I've had the ones where they've got, as you say, the backbone pattern. And you're never too old, Marriott. Only as old as you feel. Sorry, as the person you feel. That's it. Yeah, I mean, my shrimp aren't really one to like go by because they're so crossed and misbred and all over the place that, excuse me, I do get weird things. I had some that looked like the French flag, you know, red, white, and blue. Literally, red head, white body, blue tail. Merry Christmas, Brian and hubby. Thank you very much. Makes me about 150 at the moment. Oh, bless you. Sending you a great big hug. Mwah. Now you're only 47. There you go. Yeah. And Nathan would probably sleep all of Christmas. Yeah, there were a few years where I did. Back when I was working in the chicken factory. Because Christmas Day was the only day we got off. And it was minimum 12-hour shifts for like 3 weeks before and 2 weeks after. Red and blue ones can be good dollars if you move them to their own tank on the underdeveloped lines. They're worth exactly the same as a wild type, a red, a blue, a yellow, a green. They're all worth, well, £1.25 to sell to the store, £3 to buy. Have a good night, Margaret. I'll fire you a message tomorrow at some point, maybe. If I don't, message me. But yeah. Have a good sleepies. Love you loads too. Mwah. If you develop the line, that's just too much like hard work. A shrimp, a neo shrimp is a neo shrimp. It's like a guppy is a guppy. They're all worth the same amount of money. It's just people that call them different things and make out they're worth more, and they're not. So, but this dog is worth more than that one because this one's a purebred and that one's a mutt. Yeah, but that one's got massive health problems because it's been so inbred over the centuries. That one's healthy. That one's going to live 6 or 7 years and have massive vet bills. That one's going to live 12 to 15 and be absolutely fine until it just gets old. Which is better? I'm going to take the mutt every day because the mutt is actually closer to what it should be. One isn't a normal line or a stable line. Yeah, it's a mutant. It's a genetic aberration. In the wild, it would have died off because it would have been eaten. Phone and TV, both bonus stream. One is slightly ahead of the other. I'm losing my mind. They always will be. They never sync up completely. It's probably one is running off a different server than the other. It's like being like halfway back at a big concert. You hear the music coming towards you, and it hits the back of the building and comes back again. So you hear it twice. That can get very confusing. That's why if you watch a crowd, like they're all like clapping or head banging or whatever, by the time it gets to the back, you can actually see the timing difference between the front of the crowd and the back of the crowd because of the time it takes the sound to travel. Watch out for it next time you're watching a big festival or something like 80 or 100,000 plus people there. You can see it from the front to the back. There's a delay. Mute one, mute both, probably better. As I was saying earlier, me with shrimp, they tend to do better in a tank with cichlids than they do without. Never, I must power through this. See you on the other side. Yes. So it's like every time I have a tank with just shrimp, they kind of crash. Every time I have a couple of shrimp accidentally end up in another tank because they were in the filter or something when I swapped everything over and caught all the shrimp out of the tank and put them in another tank and reset the tank. Yeah, I always end up with a thriving colony in that tank with fish that should technically be eating them all. Dwarf cichlids and shrimp should not get on, but apparently they do, in my tanks anyway. It's a very weird thing. Actually, yeah, the most predatory creature in that tank is the ramshorn snails, crying out loud. Sing row, 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 you boat. I want to see if the delay makes it there correctly. Just for Sam. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. God, that's going to sound awful. Why did I put on a posh accent? Again, that's from reading a ghost story and going, oh God, I've got to do different accents and voices because there are 3 characters. I should have read this through first. So one character had my voice, one had a slightly deeper voice, and one had a more correct pronunciation than mine. And then I had to do Welsh as well, which, yeah. Thankfully, the Welsh was the easy part of that. I doubt there'd be many fish tubers that would do the Welsh, get the correct pronunciations. Especially outside of Wales. There's probably even Welsh people would get it wrong. Perfect. And why do I get the funny feeling that you're going to cut and paste that somewhere? Oh dear. No good. Still too hot. I have to take my slippers off. Let my feet cool down a bit. Oh, yeah, I'm just too warm. Too full, too warm. Oh dear. Excuse me. Too tired. That's just because I'm in a food coma. But it's all really delicious and yummy food, and it's sitting there staring at me, going, eat me, eat me, eat me. Specifically the pigs in blankets and the stuffing balls. What do you mean? It's not like I have different clips of people embarrassing themselves on stream. Yeah, exactly. The thing is, I'm not going to be embarrassed by it. I'm not, oh God, no, not that. That's bad, but not embarrassed. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I need a new pair of slippers. There's an hole in my slipper, dear Liza, dear Liza. Yeah, I suppose, yeah, that's the thing. Some people get embarrassed a lot easier than others. I tend not to embarrass very easily. The times I've refilmed videos because I realised like either there was something visible that shouldn't have been visible, or I wasn't wearing any shorts or pants, trousers when I was filming, and there's reflections. I've not re-recorded them for oh no. I've re-recorded them so that they don't get demonetized. Or I don't get a strike for being non-family friendly. Yeah. Last thing you want is your channel taken down because you got a nutsack in it in one of your videos accidentally. But yeah. always watch your videos back before you upload them. Although if you're an edity person, you do that anyway, but probably about 800 times. But yeah, I don't edit, so. Although I should probably figure out how to like pause a recording, so that when I'm doing a reading of a story like I was the last video, if I need to like have a cough or a drink, I can just hit pause or whatever and carry on. But I don't think either of my cameras actually have a pause button, so you can just like pause record, glug glug glug, burp, go. That'd be a really easy thing to do. And I'm not going out to buy another camera just for a bloody pause button. Probably could on my phone. My phone will probably allow it, or my tablet, but not the cameras. And although my phone and tablet do have pretty good cameras on them, they're still phone and tablet cameras. So, they don't have a good zoom or a high pixel count or blah, blah, blah. And they struggle to focus and things like that. Plus, I'm old. I have a device to do a thing and then another device to do another thing. I don't like having one device that does everything, because it generally doesn't do anything very well. Like a multi-tool. Yeah, it's got all the tools on it, but none of them are as good as having the actual tool. Now, like the multi-tool pliers, yes, they work, but they don't work as well as a proper pair of pliers. The knife, it works, not as well as a proper knife. The screwdrivers, all that kind of stuff. Oh, big old rubber dicks flying through the air. Fair enough. That does sound like a Bob thing. And just in time for that, hello Barbara, how are you, my dear? Happy Christmas to you too. I must have said all sorts of weird and wonderful things over the years doing these streams, so yeah, I'm guessing Bob was talking about rubber ducks and had a Freudian slip. Bob has to do all those stuff. I'm sure Bob does. I think we all do. Yeah, again, that's going back to worst jobs ever. Returns, somewhere like Love Honey, pre-used and Vaseline Tide marked. Oh. Starts off with, I was over at my gay friend's apartment. Yeah, I've heard that story. Almost as good as your mum's mouse story, which ended up with her naked on the porch, basically, and the mouse running back in the house. That one gave me a good chuckle. Almost like the kind of thing that had happened to me, except I would have locked myself out of the house at the same time. Like the mouse would have gone in, the door would have shut, and I'd have been outside, buck naked, going, "Oh God damn it!" And this is why you always keep a key to your front door hidden somewhere. So when you do lock yourself out, you can let yourself back in. And you only use it once from that hiding spot, and then you move it somewhere else. And no, don't use one of those magnetic key holders that goes on the bottom of your car or something, because they're really obvious. Ooh, pardon me. Or under the mat or under a flower pot. Just don't. Gaffer taped under a windowsill works. In the dog kennel, if you got one, or the rabbit hutch or something like that. Speaking of rabbit hutches, I did see a very satisfying short the other day. As you may or may not know, rabbits molt, and when they molt lots. Like they replace their entire coat. And somebody got one of those lint rollers with like the sticky tape around it, and literally just rolled that over their rabbit, and it's just like the amount of fur that came out was unreal. Very satisfying though. And I found out what breed he was. He was a Russian forest cat, going by his face and head shape and coat. Or at least mostly Russian forest cat. I think most of the forest was left in him. He was still fairly feral. G'day, Marquis Mark. Baron of Barrows and Yeater of Yabbies. How are you doing, sir? Merry Christmas. Hope you're as well as can be expected. Ooh. Yeah, that's how you can tell the clocks have changed. The tank lights start going off an hour earlier. I'm sat in weird positions all laying down all day, so I've got a bit of a stiff back and knees and hips. I just need to lay down basically. But hey ho. Oh, excuse me. I will do in about an hour's time. I will flump in my armchair or lay on the floor and try not to fall asleep. At least I've got 2 more days off, but so it's gone quick. Gone very quick. But then I've got more holiday next year to take at work, so that'll work out okay. I have the letter through. I now have 6 weeks of paid vacation. So basically take a week off every 2 months. That sounds good to me. I think in April we're probably getting a pay rise as well. So yay. Might just about cover the increases in the electric bills and the water bills. And they're talking about bringing in some kind of media tax because people aren't getting a TV license anymore because they're not watching the TV. No. People have made a choice not to watch the television. That's the television people's problem, not ours. They should make more interesting stuff for us to watch, not keep putting out the same garbage they do year after year. Because if the normal TV channels and stations were still putting out quality content that people wanted to watch, people would watch it. But they're not, so they aren't. Now they're getting upset because they got a loss in revenue and they don't know how they can manage without it. What a shame. Hello, Spotty. You alright there, big boy? Yeah. Oh dear. Leave him alone, Limia. He'll turn around and headbutt you if you peck him. And he's quicker than you think. Yeah. Leave him be, he's just nomming a rock. Yeah. What else we got to waffle on about? Congratulations. Oh, you think it's a Pyrrhic victory after all the inflated bills? It's the national minimum wage is going up again, so ours will go up in line with that, is basically what it is. Is we at least try to keep our minimum wage in line with a living wage. And yes, everyone is entitled to the exact same minimum wage. Even the people that work at McDonald's or in a restaurant, they're all entitled to the same minimum wage. Which is why tipping isn't a thing over here, because most of the time the person serving you is earning as much as you are. So I know, shocking. I'm just amazed people will actually take a job that doesn't pay it enough to live on. But yeah, it's just inflation's going up, national minimum wage is going up, so pay rises have to happen. Otherwise, people will move to a different company that offers more money. And when will I get around to actually making it law that when you're advertising a job, you have to put the pay in the advert? Not just put competitive rates or competitive salary or an actual number. Because competitive with what? That's completely meaningless. You're like, yeah, it's competitive with a paper boy. That's bad. Over it seems like survival of the fittest is the popular plan of the government. It's kind of how it looks from over here as well. Survival of the fittest, and we don't want anyone educated enough to be able to realise what we're doing. Stage one, to me, at least looking from the outside in, would be a complete separation of church and state. So the church has absolutely no say. Religion, blah, blah, has absolutely nothing to do with law. And then cut back military spending by about half and invest that money in social healthcare, education, welfare, Yeah, that kind of stuff. You know, things that actually improve the country. Let's be honest, you don't need a massive military. No one's going to be invading. It's, yeah, I mean, the only two countries that could invade the US are Mexico and Canada. Let's be honest, neither of them are going to do it. Why have a military that's like the size of the top 25 militaries combined? The next 25 militaries combined is the same size as the US military. 24 of those are allies. Separate church and state, in theory at least. Yeah, until they start swearing on Bibles and going, well, the Bible says this. Yeah, that book has no reference at all here in law. Yeah. So, I mean, if you're going to have church and state, it has to be all churches. So it has to be all religions or no religions. You can't have one and not the others. That's not how equality works. As he was saying, well, we'll have the church and the state. Well, it'll be Christianity. You know. So what about all the other religions? Yeah, I know it's Christmas Eve. I shouldn't be waffling on about politics and religion, but there we go. It's just something that really bugs me. All that, and then you got the symbol of the Illuminati on the money as well. Oh, pardon me. Actually, no, it's not the Illuminati. It's the Masons. Just because the Masons are a bit of a secretive society, it doesn't mean they're bad. Oh, not unless you go back about 400 years. If the court ordered you to take the 12-step program, it is government mandated religion. The thing is, the 12-step program, as it were, over here, or getting off of alcohol or drugs, there's nothing to do with religion at all in it. There might be like a mention of it might be helpful to join a church. I think like mention among other clubs you can join to give an outlet or something else to occupy your mind and your hands, and so you don't go back down a slippery slope. But yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of higher power stuff in AA. Yeah, it's not over here. 12-step program over here, only 4 steps don't contain God. So it's a 4-step program. Well, I found the 1-step program worked very well. 100% of the 12 steps is about spirituality. Well put, Susie. As I say, I don't do organised religion, and that really bugs me. But I'm not against spirituality. Yeah. Whether it's a god or just a belief in something other. Yes, the Puritan heritage showing exactly. Because I hate to break it to you, but the Mayflower and all that wasn't people seeking out a brave new world. That was our religious nutcases we were getting rid of. We were like, no, you lot go over there. Yeah, exactly. there's, I mean, for me, if you watch any of my videos about the paranormal and whatever, you'll know I believe in. It sounds dumb when I get that little dude there jumping on my bed a couple of nights a week, and he's been dead 2.5 years now, nearly. Um, and I've got a young girl who's been stomping around upstairs this week, who died several hundred years ago. Um, yeah, so I don't like saying like I believe in the paranormal. It means there's some kind of faith that it's real. It's like, yeah, it's not a belief, it's something I know. I've experienced it. It's like saying I believe in air. I believe in food. It's, yeah, exactly. A cult that got kicked out of everywhere before that. Yeah, so we sod off over the ocean where we just go over there. We don't care. We want to have parties and we want to drink and we want to have fun. Um, yeah, but and apologies to the Native Americans for what they did to you. That's kind of showed where it was going to start. Refused to believe I was powerless. Yeah, we're not powerless. For some, it's a bigger struggle than for others. Whatever the drug is, whether it's alcohol, cigarettes, caffeine, weed, it's something harder. It's all about willpower. At the end of the day, it's purely willpower. For me, it was literally a one-step program. It was like, yeah, I'm going to stop drinking. So I stopped drinking. I was like, well, how do I make this easier for myself? Well, I don't go places where people are drinking. I don't buy alcohol. Right, so how do we do that? Well, we don't go down the alcohol aisle in the supermarket. Kind of simple. If you don't buy it, you can't drink it. Oh, congratulations, Susan Q. 30 years. What am I? Oh, 20. I'm 21 years dry and 8, 9. Yeah, 9 years drug free as well. But yeah, congratulations and a great big hug from a fellow boring sober person. We're not boring, are we? We just figured out how to have fun without needing alcohol. 29 years without any added sugar. 2.9 seconds. Exactly. I always think it was like the people who need alcohol to let their hair down and have fun are just really uptight. They're repressing something big time. I drank and did drugs for other reasons. Mine was purely mental health issues. Trying to dull the pain. And then I twigged basically that none of it was helping. It wasn't getting rid of it, it was just forcing it under, so I had to deal with it again at some point. And yeah, I still deal with it. Not the rampant alcoholism or the drug abuse, but pardon me, the depression, the anxiety, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I still deal with that on a daily basis. But I hate to say you get used to it. You learn coping mechanisms and how to, I hate to say put a brave face on it, but I kind of put it like working retail. If you work retail, you'll know you have a customer service face, a customer service vocabulary, a customer service attitude, they're not you. But when you're suffering from depression, anxiety, various other mental issues, alcohol addiction, drug addiction, you do the same thing. You put that other face on that you put on when you go to work, if you work retail. I mean, I say, this right now, this isn't natural me. This is somewhere between natural me and retail me, because natural me would get chucked off of YouTube within about 5 minutes. For swearing, probably. And congratulations to you too, Yella. You're now just addicted to squatting at my feet. But yeah, it's really hard to explain these things to someone who's not been there. Can't quit me. Yeah, that's going to get cut, isn't it? Yes. Yeah. So we all have our issues. You know, we talk about, oh, such and such, so and so is autistic. Now, I'm not knocking autism. I'm not saying autism isn't real. It is, and there are levels and degrees. But I think to some degree we are all autistic, because there is no normal. There is no, this is a normal person. We've all got our kinks and weirdness and perversions and different outlooks and takes on things. Yes, and there's no one cure-all, fix-all for everything. Anyway, oh, Danny boy, the fat man soon is coming from roof to roof, as long as you're on the good list. Good. Yeah. Yes. And thanks for what you do, Dan. Because, as I say, we're all on the spectrum somewhere. It's just, it's just how far up the ladder, as it were, you go. Spectrum, how far up the color band you go. Some people are infrared. Where we start. Yeah, some people are infrared. Other people are ultraviolet. Other people are in the middle somewhere. I'm black. I'm a mix of all of it. But yeah, we're all completely different individual people. Our brains are all wired up slightly differently. There's no one solution or one answer to a problem, especially mental problems. And yes, congratulations, Barbara. And to anyone else who is sober from anything for any length of time, even a couple of days. I think being sober is super lazy. When I was addicted, every waking hours I would dedicated to doing or getting more. Yeah. It's amazing how much more time you have when you're, how much more time there is in a day when you're not addicted to something. It was like when I stopped gaming on the computer or on the Xbox or PlayStation, whatever. It was like, what am I going to do for these 5 or 6 hours a day that I was just sat here getting gamer score? I know what. I'll sit and watch YouTube. End up not doing anything any more constructive, but it saved a fortune. Been on the wagon for live streams 4.5 hours so far. Yeah. Now, while I remember, happy Crimble to you and Lady DKF and all the human fry. fist bumps or hugs as applicable. And yes, Dan, that means you get a hug. So you have permission. If the human fry are in bed, you have permission to crack a bevy. You need it. Oh, how very posh. Miss Q and super happy Chris and supper happy Christmas to you, Mom. Ooh. Danny's got a crush. In which case, get in line. Still smoke, but it's legal. I'm not breaking the law. Fist bumps and hugs will be handed out. Good, good, good. Games are a great dopamine grinder. Playing Breath of the Wild. Probably too much. Yeah. I never really found that with games, but again, that's just the way my mind works. I didn't get a dopamine high when I completed a game or anything. It was like, oh, that's done. Next. That's just the way, as I say, all our minds work differently, and that's the way mine works. I'm not even sure what would release dopamine in my brain. Well, certain female bodily parts bouncing probably does, but dopamine. Don't tell me you pronounce it differently in the States. Is it dopamine or something like that in the States? Dopamine. Or are you getting more? Are you gradually cutting things and pasting things together? So I'm going to say something really perverse. Is that what you're doing? Yeah, dopamine. Can't crack open anything just now. Mounting a presence wrap tries to build batteries, but yes. This is why I was organised. It's just the English accent, or my English accent. Other parts would be dopamine. No, yeah, dopamine. That'd be probably kind of Geordie way. Um, yeah, so I got myself organised, and I've got all my water changes done Monday, got all the presents wrapped Tuesday, did all my shopping Wednesday, did the oh crap, I'm going to need more of that shopping on Thursday. Uh, Friday was general tidy up and sort out. Saturday was make sure I got another pouch of backy, did the washing up, all that kind of thing. Found that all I have to do is give a 30-second clip of you talking. I can make it say anything. All you have to skip is saying the first line, "Don't Take the Girl" by Tim McGraw, and he likes shout at me. I hate what you do to my voice. Hate to think you're going to have me reciting the Lord's Prayer or something, aren't you? In Latin. Be interesting to hear though. But, yeah. And I'm still playing about with AI and making horrific images of nightmare fuel. Mostly because it's not very good at doing accurate representations of human anatomy. Finally, have Caro admitting he has several DUIs and has to ride his bike everywhere. Our Father who is trying to reach heaven. Yes. Our Father. Yes, the German for father is Vater. I don't have DUIs, but I do ride my bike everywhere, or a train or a bus if need be. Although these days I think I'd probably just cycle to Norwich. Given the amount of time it takes, it'd probably be quicker than getting the bus actually. So an hour, 15:45 an hour, cycling at average 12 mile an hour, at 17 mile. Yeah, it wouldn't actually take me that much longer to cycle to Norwich than it would to get the bus. That's kind of scary. And it would save me quite a bit of money as well. Not that I go up to Norwich very often these days because big city, lots of people, me no likey. Plus, it's just easier to order stuff online. Okay. Right, well, I'm off work tomorrow, so if I order that today, it will turn up tomorrow. Pretty much what I've done with all the Crimble prezzies, etc. this year is like, right, when am I off? I'll put an order in the day before early or the day 2 days before late, and it turns up when I'm at home. Except for Friday. Was it Friday? What's that? Yeah. It was Friday. I took a quick bike ride into work. I know. It was mostly just to check that the schedules hadn't changed on the rotor. So I didn't turn up late or early or anything. Or on the wrong day. But yeah, I was out for about half an hour, and Marte's present got delivered while I was out. Thankfully, that was the postman, so he knew to just chuck it in the shed, which meant I found it as soon as I got home and put the bike away because, oh, there's a box there. Marte the bunny, by the way, and she got a couple of tubes, literally just big cardboard tubes, and a multi-pack of her favourite treats, which will go down very well. She'll sit there. Trust me, watching rabbits eat is awesome. Even if they drink water, they chew. The whole mouth just goes in all three directions. It's very amusing to watch. And then when they yawn as well. Yeah. Fart, fart, wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the fart, said he. And I'll fart on you if you fart on me. I am the Lord of the fart, said he. And that is how school assemblies used to go. The problem was when most of the kids were singing the alternative lyrics to the hymns, we got caught. Then we had to sing them again, but properly. Then we got in trouble for getting into class late because we've been held back in assembly. Hey, at least I've managed to figure out how to get around the school outing every Christmas time to the Abbey in town. Back then, we used to walk from the school down to the Abbey, and yes, I used to duck out, hide up, and then pretty much skip the entire day at school because nothing was going to get done. It was like go to the Christmas service thing at the Abbey, then come back for the school play. By the time that was all done, it was basically time to go home. So I just get back to school in time for the bus, sneak in through the back gate, go through the wood, job done. Well, have a wonderful Christmas, Barbara. Oh, I haven't got any mistletoe. Just imagine it's a mistletoe hung just out of view. There you go. Yeah, I was good at dodging out of things at school. It wasn't like I was playing truant. It was probably for the benefit of all concerned that I wasn't there, because I would have been really bored in the Abbey for a few hours, and then even more bored with the school play, and then whatever else went on afterwards, thinking of some kind of giveaways and stuff. Hello, Junebug. Merry Christmas, my dear. Yeah, it's just. Actually, that's probably why I got away with it. The teachers were probably just glad I wasn't there. Thank you for being a member for 6 months. Yeah, that's probably what it was actually. Teachers probably knew I ducked out. But it was like, yeah, don't worry. He's only going to cause problems and trouble later, so just leave him. He'll be fine. He's been mucking about down by the river or in the library or something really boring. Something that wasn't doing boring extracurricular activities anyway. God, I hated those school plays. Ugh. They even tried to get me involved in it one year. No. We really want you. We think you'd be really great for this. No. I'm like, no. Why do you think I didn't take drama for my GCSEs? Why do you think the first chance I got, I opted out of it? Because I want nothing to do with it. It's not because I have a problem with being on stage or being in front of people speaking. It's not that I can't remember lines, because I can. So I don't want to do it. I have no interest. So I took art instead, and unfortunately the art teacher thought if you were taking art, that meant that you were serious and you wanted to become an artist. No, we're just here because we don't want to do drama. And there weren't enough of us who wanted to do music for there to be a music class. So, yeah, you got stuck with us. We don't want to be here. You don't want us here. Let's just make the best of a bad situation. The ones of us that have no interest, we'll just sit up the back out of the way, drawing dicks and basically, yeah. But you couldn't come to terms with that. You thought everyone who took art wanted to be a professional artist or an art historian. No, we're just here because we didn't want to do the option. Who's been drawing dicks? All men since the dawn of time. I reckon the first ever cave painting done with a sooty stick out of the fire was I reckon the first ever cave painting was probably a dick. might have a go at that automatic writing one day. I'd probably just end up with a page of dicks and German World War II symbols and pentagrams. I don't know what that says about me, but there you go. I'm not a Satanist, I'm not a Nazi, and I'm not gay. Well, I did go to college with a full-on neo-Nazi. That was quite amusing. It was a very kind of open and chill college. So, as long as you weren't really breaking the law, you got away with pretty much anything. Because they were getting paid no matter what. And yeah, so it was all the dregs of humanity went there. So what was his name? Oh God, I can't remember. Shaved head and jeans that were a bit too short and the denim jacket and bobber boots. Basically, nobody liked him anyway. Nothing to do with the fact that his beliefs, more just the fact he was a dick. But no, we just want to get high, electrocute each other, and play D&D. With no interest in politics. I just want to roll a natural 20. Well, I did see a very, very amusing set of dice the other day. If you're not a D&D player, you won't understand, possibly. But instead of having 1 and 20 or 1 and 4, 1 and 6, 1 and 8, 1 and 12, F me and F you written on them. Yeah. Roll a 1, which is usually a critical fail. That's like F me. Roll a 20, which is usually a critical hit or a critical success. So F you. Yeah, I did think they were very cool. Didn't get them because I don't actually play anymore. I've probably still, I've still got my set of solid steel dice somewhere. And yeah, that's the dice you don't want to stand on. A solid milled steel or stainless steel D4. You do not want to step on that. If you think Lego is bad or a 3-pin plug, man, that makes Ninja Caltrops feel like walking on breadcrumbs. Is anyone actually still here in chat? Or am I on my own here? No, apparently there's 11 people here. It seems that everyone got stuck on the drawing dicks. But yeah, I reckon that's the first cave painting anyway. Yeah, Yellow's still here. I did get 2 funny cards. That one is 2 snakes. I got a pair of socks for Christmas. Yay, onesies! And that one is Santa and a reindeer in the bath or in the hot tub. Santa saying to the reindeer, "Did you turn up the bubbles?" Driving, so I shouldn't be texting. Well, don't text and drive then. Early Christmas morning. Yes, happy Christmas, Mark. You don't have to be up at this time now, remember. You don't have little kids anymore. little kids waking up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, so excited to see if Santa's been. Which is why there was Susie's lurking and pouring resin. Ooh, what you making, Susie? Now you got me interested. Yeah, but I am live. Well, thank you very much. Pardon me. I'm sure there's better things to do. Do at silly o'clock in the morning than listen to me hack me guts up and waffle about random rubbish. Like, it could be worse. I could be talking in Welsh or French. Abida. Joyeux Noël. Random stuff in my head. What I was saying to Tommy yesterday, or sometime recently. So my brain doesn't do straight lines. Ooh, fishy tanks for the dollhouse. Very cool. And I'm guessing it doesn't matter if you get a few air bubbles in there. So then you can just say it's got an air stone and that's the bubbles coming up. I'm sure you're extremely good at pouring resin and don't get bubbles in it though. Bun bun! Merry Christmas, me dearie. How are you? Hope you're wonderfully well, and your mama. Well, thank you very much, Danny boy. 5 memberships for Marriott, Mufti, Scotty, Hippies, and Fathom Aquatics. Thank you, Daniel Keep Me Fish, for gifting 0 memberships. I think that's supposed to come up before the memberships are all gone, and then it'll say how many there were. But thank you very much, Dan. Most appreciated. Old antique one from years ago, like a 9 volt battery. Suit. Making sponge filters now. Yeah, and now you won't be able to get the bubbles where you want them, which is above the sponge filters. Susie makes absolutely awesome doll houses. They're probably in a scale I would struggle with, sort of too big for me, as it were. My preferred scale is a lot smaller than doll's house scale. I'd probably be better off making the doll's house that goes in the doll's house with the dolls. That's my kind of scale. Generally, the biggest I'll do is 35th. More likely to be 48th, 72nd, or 144th. Or if it's a ship, 1/700th. Human side or human figures, 26 or 32 mil scale. So what's that? Inch and a half high. Yes. So, speaking of recording videos and not realizing you're flashing in them, yes, Bun Bun did just that. Be right back. Been working in 1/144th. Cool. And 1/48th. Ooh. Time for you to start breaking out the tanks and the planes then. 48th or quarter scale is good. Have I got any 48ths around here at the moment? That's mostly all 35ths or 28 mil. Yeah, 48s is generally planes, and they're all upstairs out of the way. Oh, Saint Mom. One and a half inches for a 6 foot man. Yeah. Or 32 mil. Ish. Right, I did see a good one a while back where someone was complaining that the military figures from the World War I and World War II that they'd got, the scale was wrong on them because they were too short. It was like, no, people were shorter back then. Tank crew especially were shorter because tanks were very small. So you didn't have 6 foot people in tanks. They were all like 5'6". I paint, weather, all that kind of stuff. What have I got that's easy to hand? Preferably not covered in a couple of inches of dust. That's going to be easily make-outable. Probably not a huge amount, actually. It's probably all covered in about an inch of dust. What we got? Some of you might recognise. That was actually American. So yeah, that's a Paladin self-propelled artillery in 35th scale with spider webs and dust and all sorts of nasties. That one's donkey's years old though. Oh, he nearly drops the turret on the floor because the turret's not attached. And then the classic World War I Mark IV hermaphrodite. Yeah. So yeah, that's the kind of things I do. Or let's say teeny tiny little figures. Oh no, there is a plane over there. Plane aired one, I know what it is. Whether the colours actually show on camera is another matter. There's a 1/48 scale Spitfire. A Mark 1 at that. Ooh. The PP is a PayPal. Yeah. So generally, the smaller they are, the better I am at painting them. Actually, have I got any figures that are safe to show? Possibly, without having to run all the way upstairs. So she's a bit dusty, but if the camera's going to focus, probably not. Come on. Yeah. And that one. Now, one that might get me in a bit of trouble, but and there's a Red Riding Hood. I actually did a complete painting series on that one on the channel. which is actually all in focus. Yeah, they're both resin figures, so. Ooh. And yes, you may notice a theme. I prefer to paint scantily clad ladies to buff men. Just just a thing. If I'm going to stare at something for hours, I'd rather it be a feminine figure than a masculine figure. Let's be honest. I was the same when I played third-person role-play or shooter games. If I could have a female character, I would. Because if I've got to stare at a butt for hours on end, it's going to be a lady's butt, not a man's butt. So I think that's the Red Riding Hood. There is a playlist on the channel of painting her, and a couple of I think I did a tank and a plane as well, where I went through the entire build and paint. Good thing, yes. Exactly. This is what, if you're gonna stare at something, it may as well be something you want to stare at. If that makes me a perv, then I'm a perv. But I'm a perv anyway. And at some point I might get back into it. It's just finding the willpower and the urge, and I guess probably finding the right figure or model that I really want to build and paint. It might be an 1863 Enfield. There's probably people who do make resin models of things like 1863 Enfields. I wouldn't be at all surprised. Depending on the scale we wanted, of course. They might be in like 35th scale and be absolutely minute, or larger and a little bit expensive. So I know there was one company, I forget, Ayashima perhaps. They did start doing like one-to-one scale models of firearms, classic firearms, AK-47, M16. But we all want a real 1863 Enfield. Even Matthias wants an 1863 Enfield. Probably Ian as well. Actually, no, Ian probably doesn't want an Enfield because it's not French. And if you're not familiar with who we're talking about, it's Ian McCullum from Forgotten Weapons and Matthias from Sea and Arsenal. Two YouTube channels I watch. One for short and snappy content about all sorts of weird and wonderful and interesting firearms. And the second one is really good to fall asleep to. If you want someone waffling on for over an hour about a particular gun. Probably one you've never heard of as well. And all the history behind the development and all that kind of stuff as well. But I'm weird. He ended on a French SMG. Of course he would. As you say, he's probably got them all. I mean, as I say, Ian McCollum is a YouTuber who has Forgotten Weapons, a channel all about firearms. And he literally wrote the book on French military firearms. Literally wrote the book on it. Evening, Mark. Have a great crumble. Yeah, just back from last minute shopping. You have my sympathies. That must have been absolute carnage and chaos wherever you were shopping at this time on a Saturday, Christmas Eve. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be out and about. It was bad enough when I went for chips yesterday. I mean, the chippy was empty, but the town was just chock solid. I was like, wowzers, people really leave it that late? When he said, Mark, if I was a millionaire, you'd have it. Problem with an 1863 Enfield, you'd probably have to be a millionaire. There ain't many left anymore. Um, that's not the caliber, that's the year they were made. Or probably the year they were designed and first trialed. Probably didn't actually go into service until like 1865, I'd have thought. But anyway, unfortunately, my time is up. But thanks for seeing me through the food coma. It seems to have worn off now, so I'm going to eat some more pigs in blankets and stuffing balls and give myself a secondary food coma. So I really don't feel like doing water changes tomorrow. But yeah, thank you very much, everyone, for showing up. Thanks, Dan, for the 5 gifted memberships. Hope you all have an absolutely wonderful Christmas. Whatever you're doing, however you're doing it, have fun. Stay safe. Peace out. Rock on. Bye bye. Good King Pleckmas last nom don a bunch of algae wafers.